Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday Sweat Club. Let me pin myself. I got ahead of myself because I was too excited. You may notice, as I told everyone in attendance today, I have glasses on today because my eye's been twitching for way too long. So if my glasses fall off during class, you can laugh and make fun of me. Maybe I take them off, and then my practice is going to be like way more challenging because I can't see. So yeah, always exciting. We will start today in child's pose. Two options. You can take our knees wide child's pose with toes together. I'll demo quick just so you can see in case you're not sure. Knees out, toes in, come forward, rest your forehead to the mat, reach your hands forward. If you feel like you have a lot of tension in your shoulders, sometimes it can be really nice to take your knees together, feet together, and then round forward, bring your arms back. And I always say, like, curl into a little egg. Like you look like a little baby egg, right? So just make your way in. And then once you are there, try to surrender into the pose. So that might look like your shoulders falling forward if you're in an egg, butt sitting back. Just trying to surrender and let go of any tension that you're holding on to kind of support you in the pose. If your hips are tighter, that may be hard, but that's okay. Take a breath in. Gentle sigh out. Do that again. It's kind of like you're in a cave, huh? Inhale, breath. Open mouth, exhale. Let it echo in the cave you're creating. Close your mouth. And bring your awareness to your breath. So we always say that. It kind of sounds vague, right? Like, what do you mean, my breath? Today, let's try to focus on the feeling of the back of your rib cage as it expands outward and inward when you breathe. This is really subtle, right? And maybe in order to feel that expansion, you have to make your breath a little bigger. Breath in. Breath out. Fully empty your lungs and then inhale nice and slow on my count. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. See if you can expand through the back of your ribs. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Push out any last stale air. Again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sip of air and hold at the top. Try and make your lungs as full as possible. Hold your breath here and see if you can do it without locking the back of your throat. Really suspending the breath. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Empty your lungs fully and hold with no air in your lungs. Again, trying not to create that lock in the back of the throat, but using your diaphragm to continue to keep the lungs empty. Almost there. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe a little bit more air. Hold. See how much air you can get into your lungs. Allow yourself to feel expansive, big, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Empty lungs. Hold. Fight the urge to take an inhale. You're safe. You've got plenty of oxygen. Don't worry. Wait a little bit longer. Almost there. And breathe in. Now cultivate the breath you'd like to use for class. We've been doing a 7 count. It's likely I will guide you at times to a much shorter count. So just find a breath that is really calming. And this will be what you'll return to when we have moments of stillness or when we're holding a pose for an extended period. As always, Ujjayi breath is also available to you. Inhale. Exhale. If your arms are behind you, start to lift your head up gently and walk them forward. So your hands reach in front of you. And then we'll all lift up on the next inhale to tabletop. Exhale, sit your butt right back, child's pose. Inhale brings you forward. Maybe you try to drop your belly slightly and roll your shoulders back, look high in a mini count. Exhale, round through the back, drop all the way back into your child's pose. Inhale, come forward, lift up, maybe shoulders back, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, butt comes back. Last time, inhale forward. Try to lean your shoulders maybe past your wrists slightly, then drop the belly, shoulders back, gaze high. Exhale, round back to your child's pose. Inhale forward, tabletop, lean, 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 and then lower yourself down to your belly all the way to the floor. Make a little diamond with your hands, and then you'll rest your forehead in the center of that diamond, head on the floor. Reach the toes long, so point your toes and try to stretch them back further and further. Maybe even wiggle your hips to try to shimmy the toes back as far as you can get them on the mat. Then press the tops of the feet into the mat. Take a breath in. And out. Keep pressing. Just press, press, press down into the mat. Engage through the quads. Breath in. And out. Bring your arms by your sides, hands come by the sides, sorry. Press yourself up to tabletop and then right back to your child's pose, forehead down to the mat. Take 5 breaths in your child's pose. So you might hear yogis often talk about their Dharma. And I'm not going to get too far into it today, but essentially your Dharma is the thing that you were put on this planet to do. And that's a pretty big question, right? If I were to ask you, why are you here? What is your passion in life? What is your Dharma? What is the reason that you are here? It's a massive question.
And maybe you're someone fortunate enough who can jump to this idea right away, but maybe you're like many of us who are like, well, I kind of know. I think I might have an idea, or maybe you're like, no, I don't know yet. Throughout today's class, I'll give you opportunities to just kind of check in and really focus on what brings you bliss. Because that's what it's all about, right? Finding things that make us feel whole, happy, and give us purpose. Breath in, lift yourself up, tabletop, walk your hands slightly forward, then lower all the way back down on your belly. Roll over onto your right side and then bring your right arm to your head. So just imagine we're like chilling on the beach, right? We're hanging out on the beach together. Great. Take a gentle bend in the right knee, stretch the left leg long, and point the left toe. Hand can come to the hip or the floor. It's up to you, whatever feels better. If you do Pilates, this might be familiar. I feel like they do this in Pilates. I've only taken a couple classes, but I believe they do. Lift the leg up as high as you can get it. And then once you're there, you'll feel that glute squeeze, right? Hang out and hold here. So we have our abductors working right now. These are the muscles on the outside of our leg that help us lift up. If this feels easier for you, you can start to add in a little pulse because I want you to feel these abductors outside, right? As we bring awareness to them. We're starting to fire them up. You don't have to do anything too crazy. Just lift and point. 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg down. Come back to center and now flip over onto your left side. So I'm going to spin like this, but you can literally just flip right over, reset up, and then bend into the left knee. Right leg goes long, point through the right toe. Nice, firm, and strong. Hand either to the hip or to the floor. Lift. Okay, so if you were right in front of me, I would be like, do you feel this? And if you shook your head no, I would be like, okay. Then lift a little higher. See how high you can get it until you feel these muscles on the outside of the leg start to fire up. And then maybe you're like, I'm going to pulse a little bit too, right? As you pulse, see what muscles, maybe you close your eyes, are helping you lift in this moment. What do you feel firing up? What do you feel engaging? 3, nice and easy. We're just starting, right? 2, 1, release the leg back down. Roll to the center. Hands by the shoulders and then press yourself up to tabletop. Bring your wrists in line with your shoulders, knees in line with your hips, drop your belly, roll your shoulders back, look high, cow pose, just like we did before. And then exhale, round through the spine. So round as much as you can through the upper and low back. We often forget about like our upper spine, right? So really try to tent through the shoulders, maybe so much you press into the tops of the feet and you can lift the knees up off the mat slightly as you hold in this big round spine. Breath in. Exhale, drop the knees, roll the shoulders back, look high. Inhale. Exhale, round, press into the hands, tops of the feet, maybe lift the knees. Make sure to tilt the pelvis too. And then drop the knees down, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, look high. Exhale, back to neutral. Walk the hand about a handprint forward, curl the toes under, press up and back, downward facing dog. First downward dog of the day. My glasses haven't fallen off yet, but they're already like threatening to. So this is going to be a wild ride, guys. Take your feet about hip width apart and then step them a footprint wider. So it's a wide downward dog. It might feel a little strange just because you're used to one thing, right? But this is the cool thing about humans. We are flexible. We can move in different ways. So let's change it up. Take the nice wide stance and then inhale, rock your weight forward, plank pose, just briefly. Exhale back, downward facing dog. With the feet wide, big bend in the knees. Inhale. Exhale, try to reach your chest towards your thighs. So try and press and reach the chest towards the thighs. Then press into all 10 fingers. And as you do that, you're pushing the mat away, right? Your shoulders might shrug up to your ears. That's totally fine. Then sink the heels back down. Breath in. And breath out. Inhale, look forward, generous bend in the knees, and tiptoe your way up step by step to the top of the mat and fold. Breath in and out. All right, bend in your knees once again, very generously. I want your hands connected to the mat. I make you guys tiptoe up to the top of the mat like every single week. And I feel like I can give you more explanation as to why we're doing that. So, with your hands connected, tiptoe yourself back to downward facing dog. Press up and back. So, the goal as I have you tiptoe forward is to keep as much weight in your hands as you possibly can. Think of this like a handstand prep. We're never going to go there. Don't worry. We're not. That's silly. But what we're doing is we're engaging these muscles. So, in down dog, push your hands into the mat away from you. You'll feel your shoulders shrug up to the ears. Then you bend into the knees. The fingers are stuck to the mat. Now, start to tiptoe and put as much weight as you can into your hands and your arms, and then draw your belly button up into your spine so you're rounding through the upper spine until eventually you fold forward. If you're still like, Madison, that's weird, that's okay. We're gonna keep doing it till it's not weird. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale again, half lift. Exhale, fold. Sit your butt back, take your arms wide, press yourself up to standing, palms above the head, look high, press the palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center, and then by your sides, Tadasana. Since we're up here, before we get into our little sun A, sun B flow, shift your weight over into your right leg. So find that shift straight through the right leg, nice and strong. Then bring the left leg out to the side, point the toe, hands on the hips. So option one, you're just gonna stay here and work on the point, and you'll kind of play with your balance just to begin working out those little muscles and warming up the muscles in the ankle. If it feels okay, you can lift the leg up as high as you can get it. Now, look at my hips. There are two things I can do. I can do this, which is what I don't want you to do, right? Because we're moving with like the spine and doing all kinds of weird shit. Or we're gonna go here. My hips don't move. So push firm into that left hand to keep the hips down, then lift up, and then bring your awareness to what muscles are helping you lift here. If it feels okay, you can do a beautiful little pulse for 3, point through the toe for 2, and 1. Back to center. Maybe shake it out. Shift your weight over, left leg, right leg comes out to the side. Now, option 1 is to just hang out here and hold. Option 2, remember, push down into the hips first with the hands for stability, then lift the leg. And you'll notice, like, I'm not lifting very far, because if I wanted to lift far, I would have to do this, which is, we're going to call it cheating. It's cheating in this context. So lift it on up, point through the toe, straight through the left leg, and then if it feels okay, you can just start to pulse. Boop, boop. Yeah, great. Like I said, we're just beginning, so don't go too nuts, but find that pressure, the hands on the hips, push firm into the right hand, 3, 2, and 1. Release, both feet together. Gorgeous. Tadasana, hands by your sides, and then inhale, sweep the hands high, press the palms above the head, look up. Exhale, fold forward, hands through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank pose, reminder knees up or knees down, whatever suits you. I'm gonna start with knees down here, and we go 3, 2, 1. It's been a while since we did our 3-part cobra, so let's come back to that. Walk the hands out, tent the fingers, right? So little to no weight in the fingers to start. Inhale, lift up with a flat back, tuck your chin. Exhale, keep your head high, drop your chest forward, roll your shoulders back to pull your chest forward towards the wall in front of you. Then inhale, lift up. Now full expression, exhale, lower down. Hands come by your sides, press up, plank or tabletop. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Inhale, look between your hands. Remember the cues I gave you before, right? Weight in the hands, bend in the knees. Now tiptoe as much weight as you can keep in those palms until you fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit your butt back, come briefly to chair pose, and then bring the hands to heart center as you hold your chair. So option to have feet together, option to have feet wide. For a moment, just check in with how the legs are feeling today, right? Because our muscles, our body starts to speak to us
kind of early on. So maybe you're feeling fatigued, or maybe you're like, nah, Madison, I could hang out here all day. Either way, great. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands by your sides. Inhale, come to standing, Tadasana. Exhale. Moving, inhale, sweep your hands high, palms above the head. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend in the knees generously, plant the hands, and then step the right foot all the way back. Come into a low lunge with the back knee down. Toes tucked or untucked, it's up to you. I prefer untucked. Inhale, come up, Anjaneyasana. So we've done this quite a bit. We did this last week, you might remember, because this was really tough. We're going to do a different variety this week. So pull yourself up slightly out of your Anjaneyasana. So lift up a little bit. Try to pull the core in to take the bend out of the back. Breath in. Exhale, sweep your left hand back. Keep your right hand forward. Get nice, easy little twist. So as you twist, can you inhale, lengthen? Maybe you come up a little bit. Exhale, twist. Aha. Inhale, lengthen, reach through the arms. How long can they get? Exhale, twist. Last time. Inhale, lengthen, crown of the head to the ceiling. Exhale, twist. Inhale, forward, Anjaneyasana. Drop the hips down. Exhale, plant the hands, curl the back toe under, lift up and step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, big bend in the knees, plant the hands, glue them to the ground, and then step left foot back, setting up for your low lunge, back knee down, tucked or untucked foot. And then inhale, come up, Anjaneyasana. I'm going to spin so you can see me. So you're in your Anjaneyasana. Then lift up out of the hip, right? Take a little lift first. Then exhale, right hand back, left hand forward, twist. So notice my arms. Inhale, I'll try to get taller to the sky. Exhale, I'll try to reach and twist. Your arms should be as straight as possible. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Maybe you look back at that right thumb for added challenge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Last time, you can do it. Inhale, lengthen. And twist. Inhale, both hands forward, sink down, 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 down in the hips. Exhale, plant the hands, curl the back toe under, and then step forward. And it's okay if you need a few steps, Uttanasana. Inhale, slide the hands up, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank pose. So knees up or knees down, up to you, lower down, 3, 2, 1. 3-part cobra, hands out to the side. Inhale, lift up, flat back. Exhale, drop the chest, roll the shoulders back, keep the head high. Inhale, all the way up, press into the tops of the feet. Exhale, lower down, and then flip onto your left side. So back to the beach, we're starting on our left side this time. Gentle bend into the left knee, lift the right leg up, 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 up. Great. So option 1, keep it here, hold here, fire up these muscles. Option 2, bend into the foot to about a 90-degree bend, and then try to bend and bend and bend so much that your right heel wants to touch your right glute without you actually like using your hand, right? Because hands the hips, hands the ground. How close, and maybe you can like look back and be like, oh my God, it's so far away, because that's normal, right? How close can you get the heel to your butt? Squeeze in. And then notice if you're in a deep back bend, can you pull your core in to counteract that deep back bend? My hamstring is like, it's like mic cramp, but it's just teasing me. So if you feel that, it's good. We're just cramping a little bit. For 3, you're almost there. How close can you get it? 2, 1. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, foot comes back down. Inhale, back to center. And then press yourself up, plank or tabletop. We'll even it out, don't worry. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Oh, and can you feel the difference in down dog on one hamstring versus the other? How could I forget to do the other side when I feel so lopsided right now? Breath in.
and out. Inhale, look between your hands. Bend in your knees. You know the drill. Tip toe. Top of the mat. Maybe you only touch your big toes to the ground and then fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit your butt back. Come to chair pose. So find your chair. Again, knees wide or knees together. I don't care which. And then bring your hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, take it a little lower. Inhale, hands come out to the side. And then we're gonna twist over to the right. So take a twist to the right, try to gaze back at your right hand. The more you twist, you might be like, I'm coming out of my chair. Come down, get down there. And then see how long you can make your arms. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Sink it lower and twist because you can. Inhale, back to center. You don't need a break between sides. I know you think you do, but you do not. Arms come back out, twist over to the left. Okay, we recalibrate, hug the legs together, reach the arms long. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit your butt lower and twist. Inhale, lengthen. Maybe you look at that left hand. Exhale, twist. Last time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back up, chair pose. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Exhale, come to standing. Hands by your sides. Tadasana. Step your feet wide. Bring your left hand to your heart, right hand to your low belly, and close your eyes. Bring your awareness to the rhythm of your heart. So when thinking about our Dharma, right, coming back to this idea of what we are here for, maybe we reframe the question. Maybe instead we ask, what does your heart beat for? What makes your heart beat faster? Yes, yoga, because we're doing it and it's hard, but what gets you excited? And it can be really simple, right? Sometimes we think too big. Maybe you're like, I love working with people. Talking to people makes me happy. Maybe it's creating things. Feel the rhythm of your heart. Blink your eyes back open. Hands come by your sides. Step your feet together. Nice little respite. Let's get rocking. Inhale, sweep the hands high, press the palms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back, knees up or knees down. We lower 3. Don't beat me, 2. And 1, down to the ground. 3-part cobra, hands come out. Inhale, lift up, flat back. Exhale, drop your chest, roll your shoulders back. Inhale, lift up all the way. Exhale, head lowers down. Flip yourself onto your right side. Oh yeah, got to do the other side. So find your beach pose. Option 1, lift that foot high. Remember a gentle bend in the right knee to kind of keep you on balance. Option 2 will be to start to bend in this knee first to 90 degrees, then look back, pull the core up and in to recalibrate so you're not bending too much through the back. Then try to reach the foot towards the butt with the strength of your body, i.e. mostly your hamstring. You might notice your knee starts to drop down, so keep the knee as high as you can and then the foot to the butt. And then channel your beach energy, right? You should be squeezing so much that your hamstring is about to like sing a song, a very uncomfortable song. But I want you to imagine that you're still on the beach, just chilling, squeeze a little bit tighter, foot closer to the butt. You're almost there. You can do this. 3. Lift the knee higher. Now squeeze again. 2. 1, try to keep the knee exactly where it is, then straighten the leg towards the sky. Exhale, lower down, breath in. Exhale back to center. Find your push-up prep pose and then press up to plank or tabletop. Exhale back, downward facing dog. And now we're very aware of that other hamstring. Hello. Breath in. And a breath out. One more breath in. Press the hands away. Breath out. Inhale your right leg high. So right leg comes up. Foot is either pointed or flexed. As you know, all I care about is that your left hip is pulled back in space so your hips are even. No open hips, closed hips. Now, your hips are closed. Kick your right foot towards your butt. And now open your hip to the side. Shoulders stay even. So try to open the hip open to the side and then press into your hands evenly. Maybe you have to drop your right shoulder down to keep it in line with your left shoulder, right? At the same time, squeeze the foot towards the butt. 2 and 1. Inhale, close the hip, lengthen. Exhale, step the foot through. Come to your low lunge and set up for crescent pose. Inhale on up. Oops, I'm going to fall over. Inhale up, crescent. Exhale, sweep your right hand back, left hand forward. I'll spin this way so you can see me. And twist. You've been here before, right? We just did it on the ground. So sink a little bit lower and then make fists with your hands. If you have long nails, tuck your thumb in first and then fingers to the outside. Try to push the fists away. Breath in. Exhale, bend into the back knee to hover. Inhale up. Exhale, bend to hover. Inhale up. We called it sweat club, so I have to add this in. It's a rule, I'm pretty sure. Exhale, hover. Inhale up. Great. Now try to lengthen, inhale, and twist. One more in, I promise. Exhale, twist. I meant in this pose anyway. Inhale, come forward. Crescent, you got this. Exhale, sweep the hands down. Frame the foot. As we love to do, can you press into your hands first? Try to round through the spine and lift the foot, then step back, downward facing dog. You can skip the chaturanga or come with me. Inhale forward. Exhale, lower down. 3, 2, 1. 3-part cobra, hands out. Inhale, lift up, flat back, tuck the chin. Exhale, drop the chest forward, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, up, all the way. Exhale, lower down. Hands by the sides, curl the toes under, press up plank or tabletop, back, downward facing dog. Easy peasy, breath in and out. Breath in and out. Inhale your left leg high. So first the hips are closed, right? Pull the right hip back in space, then try to lift the foot a little higher. I don't care if your toes are pointed or flexed, they're just alive. Now, reach the heel towards the butt. So bend into that left knee as much as you can. Once you've got the reach, then open the hip to the left. Great. Now, even shoulders. You may have to drop the left shoulder a bit to be in line with the right. Continue the squeeze of the foot towards the butt. Push the hands away from you. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Close the hip. Exhale, sweep it all the way through. Come to a low lunge. Set up for crescent pose. You might need to shimmy 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Inhale up, crescent. And I'm going to spin around so you can see me this way. So first we have our crescent, right? Sink down. Then exhale right into it. Left hand back, right hand forward. Twist. How does this feel different than the other side? Tuck the thumb. Wrap the fingers around if you have nails. Make your fists. Push the fists away from each other. Feel yourself get long. Breath in. Exhale, bend in the back knee to hover. Inhale up. Exhale, bend and try to twist. You can do it. Inhale up. Exhale, twist again. Inhale up. Now we'll hold high this time. Feel your spine go long. Exhale, maybe look back at the left hand twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Last breath in. Exhale, hold. Inhale, forward crescent pose, our regular crescent. Exhale, sweep the hands down, frame the foot, press into the palms. Option to try to lift the foot first and then step back to downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. You can either stay in downward dog or come with me for your chaturanga plank pose. Lower down, 3, 2, 1. Hands come by your sides. 3-part cobra. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale all the way down. Hands come by your sides. Press yourself to tabletop and then take it back, child's pose. Knees wide or knees together. Breath in. Breath out. Another breath in. And out. As you feel the flow of your breath, another question that I'd like you to consider. What is something that makes you feel very confident? You're very good at it. Now, I'm not saying this is your Dharma. This might just be something you're good at. In fact, you could also not even be very good at your Dharma yet, right? But this feeling of confidence, what is the thing that makes you feel like you could hold your head high? You could talk about it in a room full of people. Well, unless you're terrified of public speaking, room full of friends. Without worrying. And then as you consider this thing that you're confident in, does it also bring you joy? Does it also make your heart beat faster? If not, then it might not be your Dharma. And it's important to remember that you don't have to be confident for it to be the thing that we were put here to do. And if it does make your heart beat faster and you're confident, then you might just be unstoppable. Press yourself up, tabletop pose. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Right back into movement, breath in. And out. Inhale, walk your hands back towards your feet. Take your feet hip width distance apart and fold forward, grab for opposite elbows, a brief ragdoll pose. Release your hands down to the ground. Take a big bend into your knees. Shift your weight over into your right foot. Option 1 is you're just going to slide the left foot out and hold here. Take a look at me, right? I'm sliding the left foot out. I'm trying to balance with my hands on the ground. If this is too much, you can always be up here too. There's plenty of options. Ideally, you bend so much in that right knee that you're making this weird shape. And it's okay if knees are bent, whatever. I'm talking a lot because I'm trying to get you to hold a little bit longer. If it feels good, you could also try to lift that foot. As you lift, push the right knee out to the side, press all 10 fingers into the mat and hold. 3. Lift a little higher. 2. And 1, back to center, both feet together, fold forward, grab for opposite elbows, ragdoll pose. Breath in. Breath out. Bend in your knees, plant your hands down, Nice generous bend, and then remember, shift the right foot out to the side, point to the toe. Option one, you're just gonna play with, maybe you're like in this low squat, maybe you're up here with the foot extended, whatever feels good. All I care is that extension of the foot, right? Option to try to lift that foot out to the side, and as you do it, push the left foot out to the side. All 10 fingers still connected down into the ground, into the mat, press, hold, lift for 3, for 2. I'm going to count a little slower. I feel like we were too fast. What do you think? Just kidding. For 1, both feet together, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit your butt back, take your arms wide, press yourself all the way up, hands come high, look at your thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana. Close your eyes, take 3 breaths. Breath in and out. All right, you should be at the back of your mat still, right? Inhale, sweep the hands high, press the palms, look up. Exhale, fold forward, hands through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Now there's no really fancy way to do this. I'm just going to have you sit your butt back into a yogi squat. Now your butt might be really high, that's okay. We're coming to a seat. We're gonna stand right back up, but we have one more warm up before we go to our peak pose, and it's gotta be seated on the floor. So this is for Brinkley, because she's gonna love this. This is her thing. So first we all come to a seat, right? Everybody come to a seat, then find your butterfly pose. So feet together, perfect, knees wide. We often are like this, folding. Today, we're not doing that. We're doing none of that. I want you to look down at your feet, glue your big toes, your pinky toes, and your heels together. Then glue all your toes in the middle together. Now, you're gonna wanna stare at your feet. We're warming up your feet. Your feet have gotta be prepared for us to do this crazy thing. So you're doing it now. So look at your toes. Now, try to keep all of your toes glued together except your big toes. So only lift your big toes, but keep the rest of the toes touching. And you might be like, they're not moving. That's okay too. Now, reconnect your big toes. Take all of your toes except for your big toes, so all 8, and keep the big toes glued together, but the rest of these outside toes are apart. Perfect. All 10 toes back together. Let's try again. Big toes only. Ooh. See how I use my fingers like it's gonna help me? Big toes only. You can do it. Try and lift them, lift them, lift them. Now switch it out. Big toes together. The rest of the toes lift. Okay. All 10 toes together. Now lift the big toes only. Rest of the toes are glued together. Perfect. Now put the big toe back together. Glue the pinky and the big toe together and see if you can lift all the middle toes, but not the pinky toe and the big toe. I cannot. Some people can. So maybe if you work on this, you could try to lift the middle toes while gluing the pinky and the big toe together. It's okay, guys. In time, we'll practice this. All right, release. Shake it out. That's expert mode for our toe cars. Come back to tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Curl your toes under, press up and back, downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale first, bring the heel to the butt, then open the hip to the side. Keep the squeeze of the heel to the butt. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, sweep it through. Come to your low lunge. Spin the back foot down and come on up, warrior 2. So wiggle a little bit. Maybe the front foot needs to come forward for your warrior 2. Make the fists once again, right? Because I want the arms nice and long, straight through this back leg, push into the outer edge of your back foot. Imagine you are a warrior, because you are. We both know you are. Sink it a little lower. Breath in and out. Okay, look in front of your right knee about 1.5 feet and a little bit to the left. We're coming to half moon. So in order to prepare, you might be like, oh man, if you have a block or something that you can put in the front, that's great. Otherwise, you can just wing it with the rest of us who don't have blocks. So hand can come to the back hip, wiggle the foot forward a little bit, and then try to launch forward. And then you bring, your hand should be to the outside on the right of the foot and come to your half moon. And you're like, Madison, we're working on it. But remember, when we're in those poses on the ground, you're firing up by lifting through this leg, stamp through the heel. Imagine you're standing on the wall behind you, right? Flex through the foot. Maybe you can try to lift the torso a little bit more. Maybe you reach both arms like a bird wide. If you fall, don't even worry about it. That's just what happens. That's how we learn, right? We fall and we learn, and we fall again and we learn again. That is the story of life. Mistakes are part of life. 3, 2, 1. Now bend in that knee as much as you can. Try to bend, 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 and eventually step right back into your warrior 2. Reach long. Inhale. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, sweep the hands down. Frame the foot. Try to press and lift first. Maybe you can lift the foot up and then step back. Downward facing dog. Breath in. And a breath out. Inhale your left leg high. Close the hip. Then kick the foot towards the butt. So we find the hamstring squeeze first. Then open the hip out to the side while keeping that left shoulder down. Inhale, three-legged dog, straighten the leg. Exhale, sweep it through. Low lunge, spin the back foot down and come on up, crescent. Or half. What are we doing? We're doing warrior 2. Name all the poses we're not doing first. Okay, so push through this back foot. Back foot is nice and strong. Sink into the front knee, so we've got virtually a 90-degree bend. Then we make our fists again, right? Because I just want you to feel the strength of the arms as you're lengthening versus sometimes we get like chill noodle arms. No chill noodle arms today. Sink it down. Breath in. And out. Another breath in. And out. Okay, so we look in front of that foot, right? Start to calibrate. You're going to wiggle the back foot forward, and then the left hand will come to the outside about 1.5 feet in front of that left foot. Take your time finding it, and then lift up into your half moon. I'm gonna move back so you can actually see my head. There we go. Not that it matters, you should be balancing and killing it right now, right? Okay, so that right leg is high. Use those muscles we were using on the ground to lift the right leg a little bit higher. Maybe extend the right hand to the sky. Maybe even try and lift the left hand a little bit. Play with your balance for 3. Strong through the left leg. Remember, if you come out, come back in, come out, come back in. That's what this is all about. Last one, breath in. Exhale, bend, 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 bend in the left knee, and then step all the way back. Warrior 2, sink it down. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, sweep the hands down, frame the foot. Try to press up first and step back, downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Inhale, forward to plank pose. Exhale, lower down. 3, 2, 1. Hands come out to the sides. Inhale, lift up, flat back. Exhale, drop the chest, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, up. Press into the tops of the feet. Exhale, lower down. Hands come by your sides. Curl your toes under, press up plank or tabletop, and then exhale back. Downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, tiptoe, or if you really are craving a hop, I will give you permission to hop forward, top of the mat, and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit your butt back, arms wide, press yourself all the way to standing, palms above the head, look high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring one hand to the heart, other hand to the belly. Close your eyes and feel your breath. We're going to give you one more round of half moon. I'm sure you're excited. So before we take you there, feel this flow of breath. Can you steady it, slow it? Even in times of challenge, you know your breath will continue.
Your Dharma is just like that. Even in times of challenge, you will continue to pursue the thing that makes your heart beat faster. And you can trust it just like your breath. Because you're pretty talented and pretty cool, if I do say so myself. One more breath in. Exhale, hands by your sides. Tadasana. All right, one more round. You got this. You can do it. Inhale, sweep the hands high, press the palms above the head, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend in your knees, plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog, right into it. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, kick the right foot towards your butt and open your hip, but I really want to squeeze there. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, sweep the foot through, come to your low lunge. Spin the back foot down, up, warrior two. This time, extend the hands long. Now, you're gonna hang out in warrior two while you watch me demo this thing that I'm gonna have you try because it's easier to watch. And so sink low in your warrior two because I don't want you, cheating and hanging out up here. Stay low. Okay, so watch me. I'm going to look forward, wiggle, 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 and come to my half moon. Maybe your half moon is just something that you feel like you really need to work on. So you can stay here, play with your half moon, come in and out. Option one. Option two is to bend into this foot and try to reach the foot towards the butt, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze through the hamstring work. If that feels okay, option three is to roll the shoulder back, grab through the outside edge of that foot, and maybe you come in to a bind, but make sure your torso is still turning to the side, right? I don't want to come into a dancer style pose. I want to have torso to the side. So you're killing it in warrior two. I'm coming back. We do it together. Remember, you pick your version. If you fall, great. It means you're trying new stuff. Breath in, look forward. Wiggle the back foot, and then launch it forward. Come to your half moon. Option one, you've seen it. Option two, you might take the bend. Yes. Option three, maybe you reach the hand up and over, roll the shoulder back, grab for the outside edge of the foot. And then if you have the bind, try to lift yourself up, roll the torso to the side, then kick the foot into the butt into the foot. I'm gonna let you do it because you're doing great. I did it twice, so it just seems fair that I chill for the rest of this round, right? If you came out, come back in, do it one more time. And then imagine you're a half moon. I don't know how this looks that much like a half moon, but we can pretend. Almost there. Okay, ready? We're all coming out the same way we came in. Bend into the right leg, bend, 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 bend. Step back to warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, sweep the hands down, frame the foot, press up, back, downward facing dog. You've got one more side. You can do it. Here we go. Breath in and out. Inhale, your left leg high. Exhale, left foot towards the butt. Open the hip. Inhale, close the hip, left leg high. Exhale, sweep it through. Low lunge, spin the back foot down and wiggle it back. Warrior two. Okay, so I'm not going to demo it again on this side because you guys saw it on the one side. So essentially, I'm just going to sit here and talk for a little bit while we focus on our warrior two. So maybe on the other side, because I wasn't watching, even though now I'm really, really watching, sink low. You got this. After this, we lay down and we chill. That's it. So reach, gaze to that front hand. Now, before we move in your mind, what are you going to do here? What will you try to do? Options are unlimited, right? Start to wiggle the back foot forward, look forward, and then come and launch up. Half moon. A reminder that a block or something on the ground makes this so much easier. So if you don't have one, you're really playing expert mode. Option to keep this foot high. Maybe you kick the foot towards the butt. And if the foot is easily coming towards the butt and you have the range, you can reach and grab for the outside of that foot. If that's comfortable, start kicking the foot into the hand into the foot. Maybe you lift up, play with your balance. Make sure to turn the torso to the side so we're not in dancer. Our torso's still open, right? 2,
1. If you're in this weird thing, come back to half moon with everyone else who's coming out and coming back in, right? You got it. Give it one last go. 3, 2, 1. Bend, step back. Warrior 2. Never thought I'd be so happy to be in Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, sweep the hands down, frame the foot, press up, back, plank pose, stay low, lower down. 3, 2, 1. Our last time, hands out to the sides. Inhale, lift up, flat back. Exhale, drop the chest, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower, down. Make a diamond with your hands, rest your forehead on your hands. Let your heels fall out and wiggle your hips side to side, allowing the hips kind of to release, encouraging the back, the thighs, the hamstrings in particular. This was a lot of hamstring work today to release. And then just take a luxurious inhale, and I mean it, like luxurious as you can get. Open mouth exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift your head up. Flip yourself like a pancake. Yep, all the way over. And come to your back with your feet hip width distance apart by your butt. Option 1. So just take the feet wide, knees together, recovery pose. You can be like, Madison, I'm not doing anything else. Great. Option 2, lift the hips up, come to a bridge. You can go baby bridge. Maybe you clasp the hands into the back, take the shoulders and go full bridge. Maybe you go Pilates bridge, whatever you want. Express yourself, right? This is your chance to truly advocate for yourself. So pick your position. And if you're moving into Shavasana right now, great. I'm proud of you. Do what you want for 3, 2, 1. If the hips are up, lower them down. And then I will also give a few more options here. So option 1 is shoulder stand to plow. If it's in your practice, you can go for it. I'm not going to walk everyone through it because we'll do that for a peak pose another day. So you're welcome to move through that. Option 2 will be to come into our happy baby. Grab for the outside edges of the feet and pull the knees in. Maybe rock side to side. And if this feels good, you can also try yin style, where you leave right hand to the right foot, reach the left leg long and relax. So it's half. Happy baby. I will cue you when you should move over to the other side. We can do that together. If you're staying in happy baby, the full version, eventually come to stillness and try to just hold without moving for 1 minute. Those of us who are lopsided, let's switch. If you are in shoulder stand and you've already been to plow, before you come out, come back to plow pose. Maybe you bend in the knees and bring the knees by the ears as the finishing mark of your practice. For the rest of us, we'll finish our happy babies. And if you're done with happy baby and you would like to do a side twist left and right, by all means, do that too. I often find that lots of us have different needs at the end of practice. So especially when you're at home, I really want you to take what you want. This cool down moment is a little bit sacred, right? All your hard work. As we cool down, we begin to integrate our practice. Mind and muscle memory. If you're in half happy baby with me, bring yourself into a ball, draw the knees into the chest. Maybe lift the forehead up. And then over the next minute or so, let's all meet in Shavasana. So you can come there now.
Or if you would like to do Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees wide. As you move into your Shavasana, try to steady, slow the breath. Let the palms open towards the sky, the toes fall out. So this idea of Dharma is pretty interesting. Whether you are religious or not, I think the best part of this question, right, this what are you put here or what are you meant to do with your time on earth, isn't something we ask ourselves that often. Because it's a deeper question than what is your career or what job, right? It's like, what are you here to do? And when we give ourselves permission to ask that question, right, to truly advocate for ourselves, that's when the magic happens. So I ask you, before you drift into Shavasana, one last time, just to ponder this idea. No right or wrong answers, just what your heart says. Inhale. Exhale, allow your mind to empty and truly drift off into your Shavasana. You are welcome to stay here as long as you like. Or you can move out of the practice with me by just starting to wake up your body with small movements. Deeper breaths. Move your jaw side to side. Rock your head. And then gradually make the movements larger until you find yourself on one side or the other in fetal pose. Signifying the new body, new mind that you go into the rest of your day with. But it also signifies this ability to start over, right? To wake up anew, to make a change in not only every day, but every single moment. Press yourself up to a comfortable seat facing any direction. Once you're there, take a deep breath and sit nice and tall. Allow your chin to tuck so you feel the back of your neck open. And then to end class today, extend both arms out to the side and then wrap them around yourself to give yourself a big hug. I don't care how corny this is. This is one of my favorite ways to end practice because in this moment, you can truly embrace yourself, right? And take just a moment to thank yourself, to send love to yourself, to appreciate yourself for all your talents, for all the kind, wonderful things that you do, and for showing up to class today to advocate for yourself, to care for yourself. Give yourself one last little squeeze and then bring your hands to heart center, two thumbs to the sternum. Maybe bring a smile to your face if it's not there already. Thank you all for joining me on this beautiful Sunday. Namaste. Great work, everyone. We will see you next week for the Sunday Sweat Club.